Hello, welcome back. We are back from, I hope, a very restful winter break. I hope you had some time to slow down and spend some time with your family and nourish yourself. It takes a lot to parent, so I hope you were able to carve out some time for yourself as well. I have to say, your children have been so wonderful this week. We've really had a peaceful week, so I'm really happy about that. Some announcements. Let's start off. So that was my good thing. That's that. And then we have, just to communicate, we have some upcoming things that I would like for you to be aware of. One, we have game night. So if you recall, this year we've had a family caregiver community event every single month. We have had four. There have been close to 1,000 people who have attended all four events. There are 13 events planned for the year, and teachers are planning, leading, running the events. They are pouring their hearts into this work because they want to connect with you and they want you to know that Shadow Hills is your school. And our complete focus this year is increasing belonging because we know that that is the pathway to improve student outcomes. We need you to know that this is your school. So you're comfortable sending your children and entrusting them with us each day. Um, we want students to know that this is their school. And when they understand that we care about them, they'll open up and they will decide to learn from us. So game night. So that is the next event. It'll take place January 31st from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. As always, it'll be in our multi-purpose room right in the front of the school. We're going to play board games, good old-fashioned family fun. Board games, we always have great snacks and we always do a raffle for Shadow Hill swag. So that's always a good time. So please come out, bring your entire family. It's free entertainment, free snacks. You can get out of the house in a safe environment. So January 31st from 5 to 6 p.m. More than likely, your child's fourth period teacher will be calling to personally invite you because that's what our teachers like to do. Also upcoming, we have LPAC testing. So for our very gifted second language learners who have the ability to think, read, write, and speak in two languages, it's phenomenal. It's a gift. Testing is coming up, so we are preparing for that. We have teachers that are going to support. Mrs. Hampton does a great job with that. If you have questions, please reach out to the school. Mrs. Doncor is the lead for our ELD program, but it's a community effort. So all of the teachers work really, really hard to ensure that students become proficient in academic English. It's not a rarity to walk into a classroom at Shadow Hills and you'll see things in two languages, in English and Spanish, because that's our primary second language here. Our, I should say, first language for some people, right? But that is the other language that's primarily spoken at Shadow Hills, and teachers just take the time to make sure things are translated and available in both language. So again, that just shows the heart of our faculty here at Shadow Hills. So LPAC testing is coming up next week. I'll give you the specific dates. And again, if you have questions, please reach out to our awesome assistant principal, Mrs. Hampton. She'll be happy to answer anything you need to know. This year, as you know, we launched our Rise guest speaker series. One of our staff members, Tatiana Morris, she has done a great job coordinating this effort. So we've had Dr. Maldonado, who kicked off our guest speaker series. We had AV Alta. It's the Antelope Valley's a professional soccer team. So members of the marketing team, a coach came out and spoke and shared their professional journeys. Really touching. So this month is for eighth grade. And we have Principal Gatlin, who is one of Palmdale School District's own, but he's going to be talking to students about the four agreements. He is a coach. He is an author. He is also a fashion designer. And so he will be talking to our students about the four agreements on Friday during second period. So that will be fantastic. Our semester one academic awards, those are coming up. So I will have a date for you as well next week. We want to celebrate all of our students who worked very hard to get between a 3.0 and a 4.0 GPA. And that's the focus. That's the focus. Our teachers are working hard to make sure that your students are prepared so that when they go to high school, they can choose if they want to pursue college or if they want to pursue the trade, but we want them to have true options. So our teachers work hard every day to make sure that they do that. Um, Also, our phone pouches have been delivered. So those will be launching soon. Every middle school in Palmdale will be distributing our phone pouches coming up. So we are cell phone free campuses. As always, even when we were growing up, if our parents needed to reach us, they just call the office. So if you need to reach your student, it's not a problem. Just call the office and we're happy to relay messages. And in emergency, your student will definitely be able to access the phone. And I need you guys to do me a favor. So, let's see if I can be slightly vulnerable for a moment. I would like your help with something. Don't tell your students, but I'd like for you to think about the idea of intentionally pouring into students. And so I believe that we should give in the areas where we've sometimes experienced the most trauma. And so if you are one of my families and you've attended one of our orientation sessions, I've definitely shared my story with just you. And so words have been a trauma space for me when I was growing up. And so I'm very conscious of the words that I say and very intentional about the things that I say because as much damage as words can do, they also have more power to do good. What we say can shape how somebody sees themselves. Help them see the genius that we see in them. And so I would like your help with that. I raised my children most of the time as a single parent. And I remember those mornings when I had to get two kids up that were 2 years apart, dressed, ready for school, lunches in the car around 6:30 so that I could be at work teaching middle school at 7 a.m. And sometimes we had bad mornings. And I was like, oh, I hate that I had them start their day that way in just a rush, frantic pace. So I'd like to know if you would be intentional with me and each day verbally pour into your students. I know it can be hard, and sometimes we take for granted we love them and they know that we love them and we tell them I love you, but if you can help us and find something unique and special about your child and just tell them just one thing a day. And they're so funny and they have great personalities and kids are always bringing it, so we get to see new parts of their personality and they do really cool things every day. So if you will do that for me each day, this is your homework, okay? So each day, intentionally, verbally pour into your students and help them see their genius, what makes them special, but not yeah, helps makes them special. And if you can do it in the evening, so they have something wonderful to think about as they fall asleep. And if you can do it in the morning, if your family schedule allows, that would be great. One thing I did with my kids also, I would put notes on a post-it and just slap it on the mirror. Sometimes, that works well if you're not there in the morning for some reason. So I would like for you to be the one person in your family to intentionally verbally pour into your student every single day. And I would like for you to let me know how it's going as you are doing this. And as I say, I'm going to launch you with this. We do nothing great on our own. It takes pressure and support. And I can say that even as a mother, my daughter, I've shared, and she's okay with me sharing. It took her a long time to come back from COVID, but I'm really proud to say that she's back to her awesome self. But it's not because of me, it's because of the community of people, her teachers, wonderful teachers at different points during her education, her school, therapist, all grandparents, all of her family, her brother who have poured into her and helped bring her back. So it takes a community. And one more thing that reminded me, we are going to begin therapy. So excited. Our therapist is on board. So group therapy and one-on-one therapy starts this week. So you are probably getting calls to give consent for your student to participate. So we are really excited about that. Our students actually enjoyed participating in therapy. When we collected data at the end, we called every single family. And for the students who participated, um, they had phenomenal things to say about the therapist that we work with. So that is also available as a support for your student if you need it. We definitely have a grief group. I'm really excited. The therapists reflect our student population. Um, so that's important. But anyways, as I say, we do nothing great on our own. It takes pressure and support, and it is only together that we rise. And at Shadow Hills, we rise. Have a great day.